Well, you start, Don, if you would, lead some prayer, please.
Lord, thank you for this privilege to come before your throne of grace. Lord, I ask you to be with Myrtle and Lewis during this time of loss and give them comfort and strength. Lord, I thank you for this on the council tonight. Let us conduct ourselves in a Christ-like manner. Give you the credit, glory, and honor and praise. Amen.
Amen.
If you would, remain standing and recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you have a cell phone, would you please turn it off or mute it during our meeting, please? I'd like to call this meeting to order. And Brenda, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Self,
Here.
Myrtle Van Cleef. Here. Eugene.
Here.
Brenda. Lowe. Brenda Ale.
Present.
Floyd.
Yes.
Steve.
Here.
All right, you have the whole council is here, Mayor.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. At the end of the meeting, we will have a public comments period. So if you have any questions, please wait to be recognized. Pardon me. All right, let's review the minutes from the previous meeting. Brenda, would you read those for us?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. January the 13th, 2015. Mayor Arthur Self called to order the regular meeting of the council at 7 p.m. on January the 13th, 2015 in the town hall. The roll call was had. The following persons were present: Mayor Arthur Self, councilors Myrtle Van Cleef, Eugene Kiley, Brenda Lowe, Floyd Philpott, Steve Brewer. The minutes of the December 8th meeting, a motion to approve with correction made by Brenda Lowe, seconded by Steve Brewer. Motion carried. Financial reports given, all accounts in balance. Motion to accept financial reports by Brenda Lowe, seconded by Eugene Kiley. Motion carried. Open issues was Drummond annexation. There will be no answer on that until March of 2015. Discussion on the town adding the fire hydrant on Cobbersville Road, we believe being billed to Mrs. Joe Wayton, the clerk, to try to find out how to change with Birmingham Waterworks. A discussion on having our property surveyed for future information. The name of Raymond Shackelford was mentioned and the telephone number. Also a discussion on a street light at the entrance to Green Acres. It was brought up that if we did that, we would have to turn back on all street lights that we had turned off to save on the power bill, since the mayor and most of the council live in the subdivision. Adjournment. A motion was made by Floyd Philpott and seconded by Eugene Kiley to adjourn the meeting at 7:45. Respectfully submitted by Brenda Philpott, Town Clerk. And the correction was made on the previous. It was where I failed to put motion carried. That was all.
Or corrections?
Well, I have a comment about the fire hydrant. We're still trying to find who's being billed for it. And I talked to Blanche Calfee. She said she thought it was to Miss Wayton, but she said it might be on mine. And I said, and I've tried to find out, and I can't find out anything from Birmingham Waterworks until I have an account number that's being billed to. They don't go by addresses and names and all that. They need account numbers. And so your mom said she would try to find out the account numbers, but I haven't heard anything about it. And Miss Wayton was at her daughter down
And
in,
still is.
she's still down,
Yeah, she's
Shelby
she's
County.
got shingles real bad and
Uh-huh.
has been at her daughter's home now for almost 2 months.
okay, well, that's what, Miss Calfee said, that she was gone, so we don't have any way of knowing until we can talk to her to see, because I think it's just billed once a year or something like that, but we have a fire hydrant account that we are billed every month, so we're trying to get it.
Okay.
Oh, and about the survey, Raymond Shackelford, I found out, is dead.
I'll drink to that. It's been dead.
His phone, nobody answers his phone.
You get in touch with him, I need to talk to him.
Well, that's what, Curtis, you gave me that, didn't you?
Now, I gave you Ray
Well-
Sport.
Huh?
Let's,
Ray Sport, so I gave you.
Oh, okay, well, I don't know how I got Raymond Shackelford, but I had that telephone number and nobody answered.
All right, well, let's, we'll come back to that in a minute, okay, Brenda?
Sir,
We'll come back to that
okay,
when we get to,
okay, I just didn't want to do it before I forgot it.
well, I had it on the agenda.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Okay,
back to the minutes.
back to the minutes.
Any comments or corrections? All right, do we have a motion?
I make a motion we accept as read.
I second that motion.
All in favor? That's unanimous.
Are you gonna read the finance, you want me to do it?
I'll go ahead.
Okay.
Let's see if my voice will work long enough. All right, the financial reports. We start with the general fund. The beginning balance was $3,320.11. And our ending balance is $5,196.18. Most of the increases came from business licenses. Okay. All right, the capital improvements fund, beginning balance is $5,126.78. Ending balance is $5,026.78.
We paid the roof for $100.
Yeah, it was 100 for the roof repair. The 2 and 7 account, the beginning balance is $5,639.01. The ending balance, $5,784.30. And the 4, 5, and 6 account, the beginning balance, $7,353.67. The ending balance is $7,080.96. And just a question about that, Brenda, we have given Blount County the tax check.
Yeah, I sent Blount County, for the road, maintenance, to Blount County, the contract that we had to send them our, gas tax revenue.
Mhm.
The 4, 5, and 6 account, I sent a check for $407.61. And the 2 and 7 account, I sent them a check for $509.01. And I talked to Gary today, and he said he got the money, they thank us, and,
Okay,
you know,
well, that'll be a quarterly payment.
quarterly payment every quarter.
Okay.
And it comes out of both accounts.
Right. All right, any questions or comments on the financial? All right, do we have a motion?
Make a motion that we accept them as read.
I accept, second.
Floyd? All in favor? All right, unanimous? Okay. No reports of standing committees or special committees. As a reminder to the council members, the annual ethics statement of economic interest has to be filled out and filed with the Ethics Commission by April 30th. Just a reminder, it's a yearly,
Do you have the address on that, the web address?
Well, if you want to.
just go to
we
the
can come up
ethics dot,
here and we can-
I think it's ethics.al.
It's,
gov.
www.ethics.alabama.gov.
Well, close.
I've done Floyd's.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've already done mine, and but it's just a reminder.
Well, that's okay, but you have to be here, I mean, you know, I can't answer all the questions until you, of course,
Okay,
most of them are NAs anyway, so.
all right. We still have nothing to report on the annexation request from Drummond. I have not talked to Drummond nor the contractor or the developer this month. And survey was the next thing on my list, but we already addressed that.
Well, I talked to Ray Sport, and he said it starts at $125 an hour.
For surveying,
Yeah,
okay.
he said it could be a day or up to a couple of weeks.
What was
Oh,
that?
my goodness.
They have to go back out and find a survey spot, you know, a corner or something, and then work into it.
Oh, you talked to a surveyor?
Yes.
Who did you talk to?
Ray Sport,
Who?
Ray Sport,
Oh, okay.
$125 an hour, from the time they start till they get through.
Can we stand over them with a, and,
Well,
They don't charge, I mean, they charge that per day,
Hourly,
even when they're not working?
if they own the
that's what I
job.
just said, they're on the job. How do we keep
They
them?
work when they're there, except while they're eating, or they did when they done something for me.
Okay. So you know how
we
to
probably
find
need to have some more discussions with a surveyor, because I'm sure they won't take that long, since this is an established,
That'd be a pretty good wad just for one day.
yeah. Yeah,
So Mayor, are you tabling that, or what are you gonna do?
well, we've had, the council approved it last week to have it done, but we did not set a dollar amount.
No,
Have you not found the other
no,
survey that they did?
I've looked everywhere in here. to
Problem
try to
with
find-
another survey is it don't tell you where the corners are. Back here, it ain't gonna tell you where the corners are unless you got them marked off somewhere. And you ain't got them marked off nowhere to show you.
Sue had a copy, but she can't find hers, and she was mayor. Wasn't it done when you were mayor, Sue?
Yes, I know where one corner is, Floyd.
Where is
I
it?
stake my reputation, all three of them on it.
Where is
Okay.
it at?
All right, well,
Yeah.
All three corners or all three
I know where
reputations?
one corner is, I was with Brother Raymond when he shot it,
Okay,
and it's the bush right there in Larry Calvert's yard, that is a corner. And he told me, I always remember that bush, said, don't mark it, cause he cut it down. And I was with him when he shot it, I was with him when he surveyed it.
well,
And since it's already been surveyed,
we're going to, have to contact some other, surveyors. And
Yeah, I think we need to
we
get,
need to find out, check with 2 or 3 different firms to find out.
it's this,
behind
this
this
property
area.
here.
We're
Yeah.
trying to determine what the property lines are for the town hall park.
the property, yeah,
Yeah.
for the town hall. Wouldn't it, did they not have to file that somewhere besides, I mean,
It
with just
still
us?
don't tell you where the corners are.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
There'd be something buried on the
Shouldn't
corner.
there be a
There
deed?
should be, but
It
there's
may
not
be a
anything.
brick or something, huh?
There's not anything. Brenda's telling you right
No.
now.
Well,
Dug it up,
They
There is-
drive a
They
little
dug it
1 by
up.
2 stake in the ground.
they dug it up.
there's gotta be, well, there's gotta be a starting point. And that starting point may be a quarter, yeah,
Copy of the deed.
but
Copy of the deed?
Do we have
Yeah.
one?
I don't know that
I'll
we've
have
got
to
a
look.
copy of
Do
it.
you have a copy of this
If we
deed
do.
over there being a deed here? Sir, I'm sorry.
I don't think that we have.
I
I've
haven't,
never seen one.
I haven't found it, but now Miss Kylie and myself have been going through a lot of molded records, but we haven't found
You
anything
have a
like
copy
that.
of the deed, man.
He does?
It's not
Mm,
certified, but it's in all that, you hadn't looked through all that stuff.
Can you not get a copy of it at the courthouse? Since we're the council?
Marcia and I.
Should be, well, this is Jefferson County.
This is Jefferson.
Well, we'd have to go to Jefferson and Blunt.
No, it's
No,
just
this-
Jefferson.
This is,
Oh, this is in
This
Jefferson.
is all
is
Jefferson.
the county line back in the S-curve.
And that's about as hard as going through this stuff here. Go to Jefferson County, but
All
I
right,
can
well-
probably find the deed. Okay, our
Let's,
attorney is talking to us here. He's fixing to
Let's,
make a note.
let's go ahead and contact some more firms. And
I have a name I can supply.
Okay. Well, I looked in the phone book and there's like somebody in Allgood and there's somebody in Springville and I didn't, there's somebody in Gardendale too.
It's got a smoke rise.
Is there one in Smoke Rise? Okay. Well, if you'll give me, I was looking in the, I just went through surveyors in the phone book to see who was close and who was whatever, so,
I'll see if I can find a copy of the deed.
okay.
all right.
Well, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, all right. Well, we have no more action on that for this meeting. All right, we have a visitor with us tonight from the Blount County Economic Development Board. And I want to turn the floor over to William Pitts.
Okay, thanks. I won't take but a short time because you've been working all day long and don't need to listen to me. But one of the things that I told you when I was here the last time was we would continually update you on what was going on and everything else. We had elected the officers and set the officers up. But in the meantime, and I think the mayor was aware of this, Clyde Wood, who was our chairman, had a massive stroke. And he's recovering, but it's gonna be a long process. But Danny Kelly, who is president of Hometown Bank, has assumed that position, and we have a lot of confidence in Danny. We are moving forward. The website for EDC will be up February the 15th. As soon as the website gets up, Lisa Baker has been appointed. She worked for the Blount County courthouse, but she's moving over to EDC, and of course, we'll be paying her salary from then on. But she will be contacting you to get information from County Line as far as will be going on that website. And then we'll be contacting further is because one of the things we're trying to establish now is empty buildings. Because when we get somebody coming in looking for a place, many times they want a building. They don't want to wait or to get a building. And so most of you are around and about, know more about these empty buildings than we do. So we'll be looking for information like that. As far as EDC is concerned, we do have, of course, when you deal with that, confidentiality is a big point. If a company's coming in, they really don't want it advertised they're coming in or anything else. But we are talking to some companies right now. We're kind of behind the St. Clairs and the Marshalls and the Coleman counties as far as it's concerned. But we fully intend to catch up with it. And we are talking to some people. There will be in the coming months some expansions that's going to be announced on there. And the other thing that I don't think they brought out, but I'm interested in, is basically talking to the towns about what do you need. I mean, if you talk about that, right now, I know one of the needs in Locust Fork has been a grocery store, and they've been pushing for that a long time. They don't have it. Cleveland has that problem right now because the grocery store closed there. So it's not just industrial, but it's also it's also the commercial type business as far as that's concerned. But, anyway, just, I'll answer any questions anybody's got concerning that, but we wanna make sure that the commission, of course, is sponsoring a lot of it, the cities is sponsoring a lot of it, and we wanna make sure that we keep all our partners involved. What's going on, let them know what we're doing up there. So, any questions, I'll be glad to do it. The website, like I said, is gonna be bluntcountyedc.com. And, Cadence Bank has given us they've got one section of that bank in Aniana that they're letting the commission of the council use that for no charge. And it's a very nice setup in there, so that's where our headquarters is set at this time.
Anyone have any questions for Mr. Pitts? I was able to go to the presentation there at the hospital about a month ago, where they introduced all the board members. And it looks like they've made quite a bit of headway in the period of time you've been, what is it, has it been a year?
We started a little less than a year ago, getting it organized, and of course, we tried this one time, the commission tried this one time before, and it just didn't pan out. And so we took our time to make sure that we try to get it right this time. And but yeah, I think we've made a lot of progress as far as coming a long way on it.
One of the things that impressed me about the council was the number of different areas that are represented by this board, from real estate, banking, agriculture, manufacturing, just all over the board. Yes, ma'am?
I got a question for this Steen Wyman over there.
Okay.
What about real estate? Wyman, what are you looking, what's the temperature of real estate in Lake County?
Of course, we've got two real estate guys on there. We've got, Darren White from the Hayden area is on the committee. And of course, Bob Harvey that's in Aniana is on there. Bob, I did talk to him about it, and one of the things he said, of course, Bob's more around that Aniana, Cleveland, Straight Mountain area over there, where Darren's more into this area here. Bob said that what was selling right now was houses around $150,000. If you got over that level, they were having a real hard time selling that. On the houses, it was higher than $150,000. But they say that the real estate is picking back up now. I did talk to a couple of builders that's in District 4, one from Renlap and one from Locust Fork, and they are building again. Basically, when I was on the commission, when I first got on there, we were approving 2 and 3 subdivisions a month. The majority of them in the Hayden area, but then District 4 was the second largest that we were approving. The last 2 years I was on there, I think we may have approved 1 or 2, but they are picking back up. Real estate is picking back up.
So you're thinking there might be some developers looking for some property to develop?
Right, yeah, I think real estate.
Not pre-existing houses?
Right,
Okay.
yeah, they are. I know that one in Locust Fork is building right now. And so they're a little more cautious than they were before, because they built a lot of houses and there wasn't anybody out there to buy them at that particular time.
Who's that?
Who is that?
Trying to get in the door.
Hey, Nana, you wanna come with me to see your granddaughter?
I would love to.
Is that all right with all of you?
Y'all excuse me so I can see my newly born great granddaughter.
Where is it?
She's at Medical Center East, and this is my grandson.
Okay, you're gonna go to the hospital now, right?
Yes,
Okay, very good.
We'll excuse you.
Best
Thanks.
thing for you.
You don't get a great grandchild every other day.
That's right. Well,
Thank
good
you.
luck to you.
And I think, Brenda, I think the last time I was here, I told you something that was correct. I think I gave the amount on county line for the check of 600 and something. I looked at Rosa. County lines, it's 520.
All right, okay.
It's 520 on their check. So.
Well, that was gonna be a question that I asked you, so, I
Okay.
didn't know, cause Guess we'll do a check this
Mm-hmm.
evening, right, and give it to you,
Okay.
cause we didn't really know the,
Yeah, I apologize. In fact, Lisa was supposed to call and let y'all know.
oh, that's okay.
But I think she probably wanted to let me tell you I made a mistake. And,
No, she wouldn't do that.
And off of EDC, I had talked to my good friend back here. We've been, worked a lot of times. It's just a pleasure to come to County Line. It really is.
Well, we're
It's a
really
pleasure
glad
to
to
have
have
It's
you.
a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, it is.
Have
We're
there
glad
been
to
any-
have you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody ask on, business-wise about County Line, or?
I don't know of any that has, but one of the things that's County Line, I think County Line, there's several spots in the county that I think that could see immediate growth on there. Of course, Hayden with the, they've got 3 accesses over there to interstate, is one. We have seen a lot of growth in the Sneed area because of that 278 corridor through there. But just, and I'm talking not as EDC as much as just talking on one of the things. One of the things that needs to be done is to, we've been promised, I don't know how many times, I know when I was on the commission, sitting in the highway director, of getting that 4-lane extended from Pinson out to County Line. They have agreed to that. And I think when that happens, I think you're gonna see it's gonna open this up completely.
Yeah.
But right now, there's sewer in County Line. And there's a lot of areas in Blount County that doesn't have sewer. And you're on AT&T phone system, that helps, that's better. I think you've got natural gas here, is that
No.
right? And,
We do.
Marshall County gas.
yeah.
Got
It
Marshall
has
County
come
gas.
through County Line?
Yeah, it's in our subdivision.
Yeah.
So you've got, it's not like you've got to really build up like some of the other areas have. And the other thing, you've got fairly flat land where people can build, so. We will, because when somebody comes in, basically, they're showing them the different sites. And that's another thing, is establishing where property would be available, that
Where do we
somebody-
go to do that? What do you do?
Lisa is supposed to come and have a meeting
Okay.
with everybody, and that's one of the things she's supposed to be.
I have a lot of property I won't make mine.
Okay, but I mean, that's something that's very important, is available property. And the other thing is, like I said, if something does come down here, just remember, confidentiality is a very strong thing.
Right.
Because they just really
So
don't
you're saying
want.
don't tell me, is that?
No, I didn't say that.
Looked at me when you said that.
I didn't say that. I just said we'd tell you, and then if you told anybody, we'd have to shoot you. But,
Well, if you
no.
need
Well,
to
to
know
prevent
something,
that,
all
you
you
just
have
go
to do
ahead
is
and shoot her
talk.
But anyway, but I appreciate it, and like I said, and that,
What is Lisa's last name?
Baker.
Baker,
Lisa
okay.
And, but it would be made out to Blount County EDC.
Yeah, okay,
And,
All right, well, we'll get that done.
yeah.
All right,
Thank you,
well,
sir.
I'm glad you came, and you're welcome anytime.
okay, well, appreciate that.
We normally have coffee and cookies or whatever, we have something,
Yeah,
because
okay.
we have a really good member on the council that she bakes and she does all kinds of things. We have somebody that buys coffee and makes coffee, and
Mr. Hospitality.
he puts our sign out every
Want everybody to be
meeting.
welcome.
You
Feel welcome.
Maybe you want me to wait on your check tonight?
Yes, I'll give it to
Okay,
you,
I got it.
and I'll go do that if everything is, just give me a chance for it, and you can visit for a
No,
minute.
I'll just.
You can visit with your
They can
friends,
talk about you.
you can visit with your
Well-
friend Sue Francis, okay.
In that case, does anybody on the council have anything
I do.
additional? Yes, ma'am?
I got a phone call yesterday afternoon, and, someone Saturday night had a wreck down below us.
Yeah.
Okay, and they knocked down the pole with the cable and all on it, and the little green sign that says, "Welcome to County Line," and the speed limit sign.
Oh, is that up by Brandon, Barbara?
Right here.
No, right down
Oh,
here.
right down here, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And so, well, it was Michael Calvert that called me. and he wanted to know what to do about the signs. And I said, well, with the speed limit sign, I would call the county or just put it on a pole somewhere. And then I went into detail about how we got the big signs and all. And I said, as far as the little green sign, I said, you know, no bigger than it was. I said, we really don't need it. And he said, well, would you ask the council and all, if I could have the little green sign for a keepsake? It says, welcome to County Line.
Well, we ought to be putting it back up there. Whoever caused the wreck or whoever wrecked and knocked it down, their insurance should be paying for it. To have it read.
Well, I mean, I didn't know, I don't know who had the wreck or what.
County will work it.
You don't know who has the sign either, do you?
Yeah, I know
Oh,
who's
you know
got the
who's got the
sign.
sign, he has the sign?
Uh-huh, and the speed limit sign. So he said he was
Obviously,
coming
didn't want-
tonight, and he said, if I don't get there, will you bring it up? And I said, yes.
Well,
So I need to tell him to do what with the sign.
well, we need to find out who was involved in the wreck, because their insurance, if they had insurance, whoever had the wreck is responsible for replacing the signs.
Okay, well, I didn't know what to tell, I don't know if he even knows who had the wreck.
If he does, that'd be helpful.
Yeah.
But, yes, sir,
Sheriff's Department will have it.
Yeah.
Sheriff's Department will have it.
they
Yeah.
should have, if they reported. Yes,
Jefferson County.
They brought the
would have it
telephone
probably.
pole in too, I think
Yeah.
it'd be.
It depends on. who
Yeah,
you
the
have.
cable and lines are all laying on the ground.
yeah, I saw that yesterday.
And he tried to find somebody, AT&T won't touch it, Alabama Power won't touch it, because it's the old cable like we had up here.
And nobody would,
And- Yeah, so nobody will touch it, the cable, but he was just concerned about the signs.
Well, won't you tell him to just turn it over up here to Brenda one day?
Well,
bringing
Mr.
the signs,
Pitts,
I guess, up here, I don't know.
Since you were a former commissioner in Blount County, did Blount County ever have a cable company or a cable contract? Or,
A cable provider.
Yeah, they had one cable provider that, I don't think Blount County was involved with it, that, I think it was the old charter group that was on Pine Mountain and Remlap. And they abandoned those cables, but I don't know if wire got high or not, but they finally come back in and took part of the wires down. Unfortunately, they left a lot of them on the ground and they play havoc on the bush hogs when you go by and try to pick them up. But that was about the only experience. Now, AT&T, I think went in and replaced most of those that I remember, but Blount was never that much involved. The old charter group was bad though. They had a bad habit of running
They still
cable.
Yeah, we know.
Running cable over culverts and everything else, you know.
we've got a line that's down on County Line Road. It's been down for almost 2 years now. And we've been trying
Since
to
the
get
last big tornado
somebody,
came through.
to come up and take it down. And now we've got more on the ground.
And we tried charter, we've tried everything, Alabama Power, we've tried,
Well, it's not Alabama Power's problem, it's the cable company and it's Charter's problem,
but they
because
won't.
it's their cable. Even though they don't have service out here anymore, it's their cable. I don't know what we're going to do, to get them to take it down.
I don't know, I'll ask some questions. I wasn't involved in it, but I do know, like I said, that they took it down in Renlauf and Pine Mountain.
Charter took it down?
Yeah, they had them, somebody take them down because, they went through and cut them out. Like I said, some of them they left on the ground, but they did take them down.
Well, we talked to our electrician, you know, and he said that he went and looked at it, because I asked him if he could handle it, and he said no. he said he didn't have anything that would cut it because it's not copper, it's steel inside the cable.
Well, it was mostly copper on the lines. that
Well,
they-
see, if it was copper, somebody would have already had it down. I mean, somebody would have taken it down. So they'd have done whatever to get the copper, but Jason said that, he said, Miss Philpott, I don't have anything strong enough to cut it, to get it. He was just gonna try to not put it back up, but to cut it off, you know, so, and remove it, but. And we've talked to charter everybody in the world, but the mayor has and I have, and we've talked to every number that we could get.
Yeah.
Anyway, did you get one of these in the mail?
Did it come today? No.
Okay. We have a sex offender living in the
The
trailer
trailer
park
park.
up here. He is 35 years old. He weighs 180 pounds. He's in lot 14, and he's wanted for, second-degree rape. Didn't it say on here it was a 16-year-old girl?
Yeah, two
Well,
of them.
I thought I saw it too. Two 16-year-old females.
Two 16-year-olds?
And they've got his picture on here, so if y'all wanna come see it.
What's his name?
What's his name?
Oh, well. Help me look.
I think we need to keep a copy of it here. I didn't
Okay.
keep one.
Oh, Stephen Lawrence Watson.
Stephen
Lawrence Watson.
Watkins
Watson. And he lives at lot 14, 22 Smith Mill Road.
He's been up there for a while.
He's the second one that's been up there.
Oh, he is?
There's two.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know about Blount County. Does that come out of Blount County or is it? I know that there's, for
Yeah,
Jefferson
Blount County.
County,
Yeah.
Black County Sheriff.
you can, the sheriff's department has a notification, network if you sign up for it. And it will notify you, within a certain geographic area of any sex offenders that move into the area. They'll notify you by email or text messages.
Well, we've gotten notices before that's come through on our, to notify us.
Mhm.
And I had a picture of one for a while, but I haven't gotten that one, so.
No, I haven't either. I don't guess.
Well, you'll be the only ones that got one.
Well, maybe they think you know him.
Mayor, how can they keep living up there with those kids? I mean, the kids catching the bus, I mean, there's 6 or 8 little children up there. How do
And
they
there's
do that?
there's a bunch of kids that get off up there too, cause I've been by there when the bus is unloaded.
I'm curious if his landlord's aware.
There's no restriction on living that close to kids, it's close to schools.
What did you say?
There's no restrictions on living close to children, that's why the notification goes out, restrictions on schools and
Okay.
daycares.
Well,
It should
we
be.
just make, information available,
Yeah.
so.
Well, will you leave,
All right.
sure, leave that, or I'll get a copy or whatever.
Okey-doke. Anything else from the council? All right, public comments, questions?
Okay, so what did we decide on the signs? We're just gonna let the,
Well, we need to
you
find
gonna
out
let him bring?
who was involved in the
Okay,
accident.
so we
and,
gotta contact the sheriff's department,
Find out, so that we can, at
find
least
out who's responsible.
initiate because if it's our signs, we won't want them replaced. You know,
Do you suppose?
But they should be.
I guess it would be Jefferson County, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Because it's back down here,
Yeah. Right where the Trafford, right
You
where the
have
county line
somebody,
starts.
have somebody.
Mr. Mayor, wouldn't it also be their insurance's responsibility to have the cable picked up that they put on the
Probably.
ground?
Might be a good idea.
That they
Probably
should pay
they'd be
for us getting
responsible
that
for the,
cable off the
pole,
ground?
For the
The
pole.
damage to the pole, any other associated
Uh-huh.
damage.
Did it damage the pole?
Not
Oh, it
today.
Lord,
broke.
Oh, I didn't notice it. Well, now I know about a wreck with the pole. My son had a wreck and hit a telephone pole and he had to pay $3,000. His insurance. had to
That was
pay-
a long time
That was a
ago.
long time ago. It probably cost $10,000
The,
now.
the pole
Well-
is right there on Dawson Drive.
Oh, is it right there? Okay, well, I haven't been that way yet.
But if
Well, I
you-
did. I went
It
that
broke
way.
off even with the ground. He
Oh,
did a
yeah.
good job on it.
Oh,
Where's
Boy,
it broke
clipped
down
it
there?
all. All right, if you
No,
would call the
right.
sheriff's
Down
department, see if you
I
can
will.
get the
Oh, this on
information.
down the
Uh,
way.
No, it's just right
Okay.
down here by where the sign is.
I heard you.
All
And
right,
I'll call Michael and tell him to bring them to the house. And
Okay.
just drop them on the porch or
well,
whatever.
well, at least for the time being, and,
Yeah.
if they're replaced,
Then we'll give it back to them.
all right. Anything else?
I'd like to ask the council to ride down Dansville Road. It's a trip, we got plenty of holes.
Yeah.
What, come Brazil, said come Brazil to that again too, cause it's getting worse.
They're both bad, because the Dean's Ferry has everything that was almost,
Well, we went down it the other day, down
Yeah.
to your house.
but it was a lot of holes.
Oh, yeah, I saw the holes,
But
it's bad.
the ones that have been filled up are pretty much still filled.
But we are widening the road.
Yeah.
Because
we're
everybody driving
that
off
way.
in the,
Mm.
Okay. All right. I have to bring that up to,
I got one announcement when you.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow night at 5:30 at the Hayden Community Center, Senator Shay Shelnutt and Representative David Standers are gonna hold a town hall meeting, in anticipation of the legislative session that begins the 1st of March. And so all the public is invited. It's at starting at 5:30 at the Hayden Community Center.
Tomorrow night, are you 5:30 at the Hayden Community Center?
Yes, ma'am.
And who's speaking? Shay Shelnutt and who?
They're gonna have a town hall meeting. Shay Shelnutt, I think, is the one that is organized,
Okay.
and then Representative Standers will be, I think, was,
Oh, Sandridge, okay.
is he covered off part of White County, I think.
yeah.
He is, okay.
Both of them will be there to talk about the legislative session that's coming up.
All right. I will try to make that one.
Tomorrow night,
Okay.
5:30.
All right. Anything else? Yes, ma'am?
I've got a question about the light going into Green Acres. I know the committee, some that didn't wanna do it. What if somebody volunteered to pay a year, on the light so that we would have it, put back up? Or a light there, My husband and I have discussed it, we would pay it for a year and then, go from there. If somebody else wanna do it or the neighborhood pitch in, each home, and help pay for it. What does the committee think about that?
Is that the one that was knocked down?
No,
Or
that,
just-
no,
Yeah,
well,
it
we
is.
had one that was knocked down, was
Yeah.
hit by a lady that,
There was a metal pole, because
it
I had
was,
to watch it when I cut grass over there.
right.
I don't hit it with a lawnmower.
It was not on a,
Oh,
Power
It wasn't on
pole.
a telephone
No.
pole or a light
Yeah, but
pole.
it's one of the street lights like we have in the neighborhood.
yes, but it was at the corner and it was knocked down and Van has it, I think.
Yeah, a man told me a long time
That he
ago,
was gonna-
but after they had that wreck,
Uh-huh.
that he's waiting to get the insurance money, and he's gonna put a pole back up there.
And I suppose he has just, forgotten about it or whatever, but he has the, because he originally had a light there. He had a light pole. So he has the pole.
Let's check with Van and
Check with
see
Van, see.
if he intends to still put that up, or if he's ever gotten it.
And go from there.
Yeah,
What was that,
we'll
about
see.
2 years ago they had that wreck, or 3? 2
Been
or
every
3
bit of
years?
that.
Something like that.
Yeah, too.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been quite a while.
Because we were also gonna put our neighborhood watch sign on that pole. That we have, Van has the neighborhood watch, so,
Okay,
I mean, sign, yeah.
all right,
Okay, I'll check with Van.
okay, thank you. Let's check on that first and, before we take any other action.
Okay.
All right, do we have a motion?
I Make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor? All right, meeting is adjourned. Thank you for coming.